right. Hi everyone, welcome back. Sorry it's been a bit since we had a sit down chat. I mean, it hasn't been a bit, it's been like 2 weeks, but needless to say, welcome back. Glad you guys could make it. I have a couple of things to show you, a couple finished objects that I didn't show you in the last project or the last video or the video before that because I didn't think about them. But then I decided that since it was getting a little warmer, I needed some summer tops and some summer things, and I had these ideas bouncing around in my head, so I just crocheted them up really fast. I've been in a crochet mood recently, so I have some new projects to show you. There's not a lot. Some new whips and a couple of new acquisitions and some yarn that I'm going to try that I haven't quite... Like, I've tried a little bit. I haven't tried all of them yet. So maybe we'll do that next week. We'll do a little yarn review once I show them to you. So I guess we'll start with finished objects because they are, you know, right here and they're done. So the first one I did was this cute little top. It's just a basic, you know, I crocheted a rectangle and then I sewed it up the side. You saw this in the last video. That's what I was working on. But it looked like this when I'm done. It looks good. There's no shaping, so it was honestly just like crochet a real long strip, sew it together, make some sleeves. But I made this in 2 sizes because I wanted to release like a pattern. I wanted to go for like a watermelon kind of vibe. So I also made this one, but I haven't worn it in really hot weather, so I don't know how comfortable this is going to be. So that probably was a flaw on my end. I don't know what I was thinking. This might be better for like a spring top, kind of like something you throw on elsewhere. It might also work as like a little, almost like a corset top. You know, the cottagecore vibes where you throw it on over something else, because my red heart is not very, you know, next to the skin soft, and I don't know why I decided to make it out of that, because honestly, like, acrylics don't make great wearable, like, they make okay wearables, but not like crop tops. So I don't know what I was thinking there, but that's my first one. It's kind of cute. I like it. I wore it once, but it was pouring rain, so I didn't wear it for very long. But it's not too bad. It's also like not a super cropped top, because I have kind of a long torso, so I tend to make things a little bit longer for personal preference. So it definitely isn't like a traditional crop top, I guess. My next one is like a beach cover. So in August, I have some plans to go with some friends to a lake, and I don't have like an easy top to throw on. This one probably is not also very easy, but I thought it was kind of like a cute idea to make a little top. So you tie it up around your neck, and then I had to put in some ties on the side and some ties on the bottom. It's just a large, I don't know, it's a shape. It's almost like a triangle, but I don't have the point at the top, as you can see. They're all half double crochets. This yarn is a new acquisition that I forgot to mention in that first knitting podcast. So this is the Yarnspirations Cotton Cakes. So this one's kind of cute. It's really soft. It's giving me coastal grandma vibes, if you know what that means. That's what I get from this. I feel like a grandma. It does, I don't know. I might put this one out. I might wait a little while just because I don't think I've gotten it, you know, I'm not size inclusive enough with it. It works much better as like a bikini cover top or a swimsuit cover, simply just because there's not a lot of give on the sides. I think I started with too few, so maybe you'll see another version of this in the future, but I thought it was kind of cute, and I really like this yarn. I thought the colors were really good. I don't know if it's just because of how I did the striping that it looks like that, but I do like that it stripes. I like that it's got like a variety of colors. I wish they made this in solid. They don't yet. But also, Karen, the like Yarnspiration's been making a lot of cakes, and I honestly enjoy them. So maybe I'll just do a video in the future if you guys want. We can do a video where we just talk about the different Karen cakes. So that's I finished 2 tops and a headband. Well, a headband, like a headscarf. I haven't wove my ends in. because I'm being lazy. But this is also with that Karen's cake with the cotton. I had quite a bit of it left over after the top, so I just made like a cute little head scarf thing. I haven't actually worn it because I haven't wove my wet ends in, but I thought, you know, just a cute little, I like wearing, oh, now I've messed up my hair. I enjoy wearing bandanas in the summer, and so I thought making something kind of like that, just to like control some of my hair a little, would be nice, and it would be, you know, real easy to make, and there's something, you know, pretty useful all over, oh, excuse me, all over. But that concludes all of my finished objects. I don't have that many. I've been hacking away at some of the finished objects I showed you last week. I'm getting pretty close to done on my mohair scarf that I showed you. I have made zero progress on my sweater. I decided I wanted a crop top, so I quit working on the sweater. I'll pick it up eventually. I've made no progress on the shawl that I showed you. Yeah, I've made little progress. I just kind of like put them down. I needed a break, honestly. I'd been working on them pretty regularly, and I thought I'll just make something else. I really wanted a crop top. It's been hitting like 65, 70 here, which like you may not think that's very hot. That is also in Fahrenheit, but it's not. After, you know, the cold slump we've had, I just wanted something summery. So maybe I'll pick them back up in a bit here. I do like some mindless knitting every once in a while. And then for my whips, which will lead into my yarn acquisitions. So this first one I'm going to show you is a little bit of both. When I was at Joann's the other day, I was in the clearance section because I love the clearance section, and they had some white of the Joann's brand acrylic yarn on sale. It was just sitting there. It was like $3 for a 100-gram skein. So I picked it up because I generally use acrylic for quite a few things. So I thought, well, it's a good deal and I'll save it. And if I need some like white acrylic for something, you know, who knows? But then I said, I really like a vest. I have one vest. I did buy it secondhand, I think. I don't remember exactly where I bought it. It's like a thrift store vest. So I have this one vest. It's black. I wear it whenever I can find it for days on end. I love this vest. I like wearing vests because I can just layer them over things, and you know, who cares? Who cares? They look great. But this vest is also very old and I lose it quite frequently. It's also black, so it blends in with like everything else, and it's not great for summer. And while it's thin, it like doesn't look good if I just wear it by itself. So I thought I should try making myself my own vest, because then I can have almost a sweater without the sleeves, and then I don't have to deal with them. I don't ever have to look at a sleeve. So I started a vest. I haven't worked on it in a couple of days, simply because it got very hot and I didn't want to pack it around. But it's going to, so right now it's a riff on the vest that I really like to wear, the one that I, you know, already own. That one has sets of just stockinette, but in like little chunks. I'm planning to make this one have cables just because I want to test out cables, and then if it looks good, I can like wear it in the fall, and I'll have a nice little fall vest. So that's that. I picked up 2 of the white skeins, so I have 200 grams. I think that'll be enough. Even if it's cropped, it doesn't matter. I will, you know, I'll just go. I've still got a good decent chunk. I think it should be fine. I don't know. If I need to, I'll make it kind of Christmassy and I'll add some red, because I have a bunch of, I had to go in to buy a new skein of red for the watermelon tops, because I had used all of one skein to make the one that I wear, and then I was making one size bigger so that I could kind of figure out how that was going to work, simply because I didn't trust myself to do the math right, so I made myself make one. So yeah, this was an impromptu purchase, so it's an impromptu project. I also originally was just planning to stash it, but then I thought, well, you know, acrylic's kind of cheap and I can make a vest out of it, and then, you know, I have a vest. So I did. So this is one of my whips to add. This one will probably be like a side project, especially because I'm not, like I'm okay with cables. I don't do them very often. So I'm going to test myself a little, get back into the how to do cables, because I haven't really done them since I was taught how to do cables like years ago. But I think if it turns out really nice, I'm going to be very happy, and I'm going to wear those quite often. So that's my first whip. I'm going to show you another white whip. Sorry. I did find another yarn acquisition. Oh, hold on. So it's some more acrylic. Amazing. I have a couple different versions of this acrylic, and by versions I mean like different styles of yarn, but they're all the same brand. So I picked up a couple different kinds. So one of my tote bags recently broke. One of the side handles popped out, and so I need to fix it. But then I decided that maybe I wanted like a granny square bag, because I saw that they were like kind of big on TikTok, and so I'm making just some granny squares. I'm gonna do it out of white and purple, which I haven't shown you yet because I need to go into my purchases, but I think I will show you guys those now. So this is all this, the yarn I'm going to show you just now is from the dollar store. So if you're not from America, I don't know if they have them. I think they're like, you know, everything's $1 or less. Well, now they're $1.25 because of inflation, but the dollar store has recently, their craft section is usually pretty good if you want something like, you want to make like an inexpensive kind of craft. They also have some pretty good things if you're like on a budget or if you're just starting out. I would not go to I would not suggest the dollar store for sustainable or eco-friendly or like 100% wool. You don't go there for good yarn. You go there for cheap yarn. So I think it depends on what you want to make and what your values are and how much money you have to spend before choosing like a dollar store yarn. That's all I want to say. I respect people who make things out of like only, nice sustainable yarns. I respect that. I one day want to do that, but I also know financially I'm not at a point yet to be able to do that all of the time. So sometimes I want to be able to, sometimes I want to know if they're any good, because you see them, they're like $1.25 for like a 50-gram skein. You're like, is it even good? That's what I gotta know. And also because I want, newbies and beginners out there who don't want to sink, $20 into a skein of yarn to know if it's a good idea to like try it out with that, or if they might want to go to Michael's and buy like a Red Heart Super Saver, if that makes any sense. So the brand is, oh, I don't know if you can read that. I think, is it backwards? Oh, it is. Okay. I don't know if it's backwards for you, but me looking at it, it's backwards. So the brand is Premier. I don't know how I did it, but I accidentally picked up one called Just Active and one called Just Yarn. I don't know what the difference is because the information on the package, like all of the yarn info, I think you can read that. All of the yarn info. So this is a medium, a size 4 worsted weight. It takes US size 8 5mm knitting needles, and it takes a USI 9 5.5mm crochet hook. It's machine washable and warm, and you tumble dry on low heat. This one is the same. It's a medium size 4 weight. The only thing I could find that's different between the two is the worsted is a 60-gram skein of 100% acrylic is what it says. And the Just Active is a 50-gram skein that's 80% polyester, 20% acrylic. I am not super familiar with what makes like acrylic yarns acrylic. I understand that it's like a plastic kind of thing and they're not great for the environment. Like, I get that, but I don't know what the difference between this 100% acrylic and this 80% polyester is. I cannot tell you because they feel basically the same. The colors match. It's a white, so obviously. The only thing I guess is this one has 10 more grams, but they're the same price. So honestly, it's entirely up to you and what you like to work with. I didn't realize this was 60 grams. I thought it was 50 because they look, I mean, you can't really tell. Maybe that should have been my first hint. I just kind of picked one up. I do like working with it though. Maybe I just found a good batch. I sometimes acrylics are hit or miss. The red heart that I have right now, the red one that I made the watermelon top out of, it's not very soft. So I need to wash it to get it to, like really work. But this one so far has been pretty good to work with. I am a little concerned about how well it's going to hold up, especially because I'm making a bag out of it. So that will be our true test of time for this yarn, is how well can this bag that I'm making hold up. Be it my own construction or the yarn, who knows? But I've made I've made 2 or 3 granny squares. I don't know where the rest of them went. I think they're in my purse. I carry this one around because it's small. But I made some granny squares. They're, kind of cute, kind of good. I made this out of a much smaller hook than it suggests, simply because I want them to be a little firmer, because I am making a bag out of it. But I'll explain that more when the bag is finished. So yeah, so I picked up 2 in white and 2 in this purple. They had a bunch of different colors, and on their website they have the other colors. So they have like a pink and a blue and a yellow and a green. I just picked purple and white because I like that color combo and I thought the contrast would be good. That's literally the only reason. I just liked the way this purple looked. These are also the Just Yarn worsted. They are also 60 grams. They are 100% acrylic. They are size 4 medium weight yarns. I don't know why that one is not the same. I think they just have some that are smaller, not really sure. If I find out, I will let you guys know. But the dollar store also has a couple different types. They don't just have the worsted. They did have quite a bit of the worsted when I was there at mine, but I also know that can vary between store. So the other ones I'm really excited to try. I haven't actually opened them yet, and I haven't tested any of them, so I'm very excited. The first one I'll show you is just cotton. This is not 100% cotton, so don't think you can make a dishcloth out of this. This is 85% cotton, 15% polyester. So this would probably be really good to make wearables, anything that needs that cotton would be really good for, which is good for cotton is really good for wearables. It's very thin. It's also a size 4 medium weight. It takes US 8s and 5mm knitting needles, 5.5mm crochet hook. It is machine washable, so that's really great. I like it when they're machine washable. That's probably a good one because I don't know how to wash knitwear. This comes in a 50 gram skein, so the cotton comes in 50. I saw 2 colors there when I was there, but I think their website has more. I'm a little excited to see how this works up, especially because the only cotton yarn I've really worked with, besides the Bernat softy cotton that I'm making the Star Trek sweater out of, was kitchen cotton. And while it is soft, it is much bulkier, I feel, than this. It definitely feels thinner. I know it's a 4, but it doesn't feel like a 4, if that makes any sense. I am excited. This does feel soft. It's a sage green. I think they had a pink while I was there. The dye is good. I think there's flecks of the white that didn't quite get dyed, but that could just be the nature of cotton yarn. I'm not quite sure. I did also pay $1.25 for it, so I don't know how picky I can be, honestly. Now the one I'm most excited for, it's Chanel. Chanel? Is that I think that's how you say it. It's so soft. It's so fuzzy. I am so excited. I really like the look of like that velvet yarn. But I'm not paying $11 for a skein of velvet yarn from Michaels. Like, I'm just not doing it, okay? Like, that's ridiculous. So when I saw this, I was very excited. It is 50-gram skeins, so it probably will add up, honestly, by the time you get to whatever one of those, like, skeins of velvet yarn would be at Michael's. It probably will add up to that by the time you get there. So I don't know how much of a deal you're doing, and I think if I do a review, if you guys want, let me know in the comments. I will do the math, and I will let you guys know. And we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. So this is another 50-gram skein. It's 100% polyester. It is categorized as a size 6 super bulky. I guess. I mean, I don't know. When I think super, maybe I'm just bad at telling yarn weights. That could be my problem. But when I think super bulky, this does not look super bulky to me. This looks just bulky. It doesn't even look bulky, to be honest. I know that I'm pulling that out of air, and this is actually a bulky yarn because of the way the yarn is. I just don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. It takes US size 11 or 8 millimeter knitting needles, and it takes a US 11 or an 8 millimeter crochet hook. I don't even know if I own a US 11 crochet hook, so we will find out together. I really want this to work. I really want this to be a good yarn. I want this to hold up. It says it's machine washable in warm, and you lay flat to dry. This is also from Premier. I think Premier is just the dollar store's crafting brand. So that's probably why. I don't know where they got this. I don't know if it's like a private label kind of thing, if you know like how they do in makeup. So that could possibly be what this is. But I'm very excited to figure out if this works. And I'm also very excited to, eventually do some math and figure out if it's cheaper to buy it like this. Although ethically and environmentally, it probably isn't. But that's a whole other discussion that we can have later. Because I don't know. But that's all the dollar store yarn. I am a little excited to see how it works. But my other one I wanted to show you is another cotton cake. This one is in the color Amethyst Sky. I just thought that the purple, like, look at it. It's so pretty, and it goes so well with the blue. It's gorgeous. I love it. So this is another cotton cake. It's the same as that first top, the cover up I showed you. So it's also 60% cotton. It is 60% cotton. The other 40% is acrylic. It's very soft. I enjoyed working with this yarn. Not like this color specifically, but like this yarn. When I worked with that last part, it was a dream. It was beautiful. I loved it. It was so soft. It flew through my hook. I was using a metal hook, and it was butter. Honest to God, it was like crocheting with butter. I was having the time of my life. I was like, I don't need to put this down. With the watermelon top, I was like, this red heart's killing me. Also, I don't know why I keep buying red heart in red, because that seems to be, sometimes it is their worst color. Like, it is just awful. I hate crocheting with it sometimes. But that's just personal preference. I always seem to go through a lot of lotion when I have to use red heart for anything, and I don't know why, because I don't know why. Just sometimes it's awful and I hate it. But this was nice. This was nice. I did like this. I am very excited to look at this color. I don't know what I'm going to make with it though. So it's going to sit in my stash for a little while. Until I figure it out, because it's just too good of a color. I might make like a top out of it. I think I'm going to try knitting like a not necessarily a tank top, maybe a tank top. I think that was my plan, was to try making a tank top. just because it's such a pretty color. I might do this with like do like this in a mohair. I think that might look good. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you think it should make a tank top out of it. I just am worried with the way it stripes. I don't like the where half of the row is like a different color. Sometimes it just kind of irks me that the lines don't match up, but I think that's just because I did some math wrong and so my striping wasn't right, but I also don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. That math eludes me. So let me know what you think. Should I hold some mohair with it? Should I not? Should I make a tank top? Should I stop buying yarn until I use all my yarn? Who knows? Who knows? I don't have any other big purchases planned. My local yarn store does sell drop spindles, and so I'm thinking of picking one of those up, but I haven't quite decided yet. I kind of want to, but that's just another thing. It's going to take up so much room, and I need to get through some of my yarn first, so maybe I will wait on that until I've decided a little bit more. But that is it. I hope you guys have a really good rest of your day whenever you're watching this. I hope you guys, have fun and you find a good yarn deal if you're looking for one, or you find the yarn you're looking for in the correct color, in the right dye lot you need. And I will see you guys next time.